Sarah Boone. This one's just a really quick one, though. It's not going to be long. Thank goodness. Sarah Boone. If you guys don't know who Sarah Boone is, she is currently awaiting trial right now. She allegedly murdered her boyfriend at the time, Jorge Torres Jr., and she's known as a suitcase murderer. And what exactly is a suitcase murderer? Well, she put George in the suitcase, allegedly. I mean, she said it in the 911 call, but on the 911 call, she's like, I put him in the suitcase. I forgot about him. I left him there or whatever. Sorry, that was a 911 call and the body cam footages and in the interrogation as well. But she essentially seemed to have let him suffocate to death because there was a video that was recovered on her cell phone where her boyfriend, George, was calling out for Sarah's name. And it's actually really sad. Like, I don't know. It's so morbid. He's calling out her name. He's like, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. And she's so immature. She's like, yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out. And she'll say things like, oh, this is for all the things that you've done to me. And she's like kind of like drunk. She's a little bit slurring her words a little bit. But her boyfriend of like 4 years is in this fucking suitcase suffocating to death. And so she leaves him there, or she says that she forgot about him. And she awakes the next morning. And did she call 911 right away? No, she did not call 911 right away. She called her ex-husband to come over. She didn't know what to do. And the ex-husband told her to call 911. This is per the ex-husband's words, by the way, on the body cam footage. And so she finally calls 911. And she even admitted herself that she put him in the suitcase. Now, police officers arrive. And one of the police officers was like, so did you do CPR? She's like, yeah. And what did you do CPR? This morning. Or no, she was like, did you do CPR? She says yes. And then it was like, when did you find the body? This morning. And then the police officer was confused because she was like, well, it's like past noon. So what took you so long to call us after discovering the body? And she's like, oh, but I slept in. And like, you can tell at that point, she's like, she realized she messed up and she kind of tweaked her story a little bit. But yeah, essentially, she's accused of murdering her boyfriend by leaving him in a suitcase. And if you guys haven't seen the interrogation video, I think I'm gonna watch the interrogation video in its entirety. I watched the JCS version that's been cut down to maybe around like 30 to 40 minutes. But I think the original one was only like over an hour. So it's not too long. I definitely want to watch it. So we'll probably watch when it's closer to the Sarah Boone trial. But yeah, that's what she is on. That's what her trial's gonna be about. That's currently scheduled for, I think, also October 2nd. Is that the same time as Koberger? I think so. She's also scheduled for October 2nd. Now, do I think that one's gonna get pushed? I don't know. Maybe, probably. She was having issues with communicating with her attorney, but there's a new letter that has been uploaded. And if you guys remember, we saw Sarah Boone about a week or two ago at one of her preliminary hearings. And what did she do there? She also hands the judge another letter. The Sarah Boone letters are sort of like famous because she has been writing letters to the judge, essentially complaining about not being able to communicate with her lawyers, But then at some point she starts accusing the judge, accusing people who are part of the case of all types of things. And these are things that you don't want to accuse a judge of. I think she accused the judge of like, taking money under the table for, I don't know. She was pissed that like people were like watching this on YouTube, that people were able to watch some of the hearings and like she wasn't present. And yeah, that's Sarah Boone right there. But let's go to Sarah Boone and, let's read her current letter. I haven't read it yet. I think I might have skimmed through it, but I don't think I really read it. I was just going to read it with you guys. Correspondent filed from the defendant to the judge. Yeah, trial is set for October 2nd. We do have 2 more pretrial conferences. Oh, did I say preliminary? I'm sorry. I think I said preliminary hearing earlier. I meant to say pretrial. Scrap that. Okay. Yeah, pretrial conference. I think I said preliminary hearing earlier. I was still thinking Koberger stuff. So we have one coming up on September 8th and September 20th. So about another month away. But here's a correspondence from Sarah Boone to the judge. Let's see if she's a little bit nicer to the judge this time, or she's also accusing him of more things. But you can tell Judge Wayne Wooden did not have time for this person. Okay. Because when Sarah Boone raised her hand to speak to the judge, he gave her a little friendly warning. Honorable Judge Wayne C. Wooden, please see the included letter I received from my investigator communicating with me to provide an update on why we have been unable to meet since our last uneventful meeting with my attorney. Frank Bankowitz on May 18, 2023. My investigator has also not been able to contact in attempts to move forward and produce very much needed and overdue progress in my case. Now, note the underlining and note the capitalizations. So wait, did she hire an investigator? I, as Mr. Bankowitz's client, cannot communicate with him via phone due to him still not activating one of two numbers he's given that do not work and keeps giving me a different reason why each time I ask to keep trying. Kind of reminds me of someone, you know, like remember back in the day where someone would ask for a number and instead of you giving your actual number to the person, you give them the number to like the rejection hotline. I don't know. I'm getting the same vibes here. This has been going on for 13 months. Again, this is all from Sarah Boone's perspective. She could be lying. She could be exaggerating. She could be telling the truth. I don't know. I just have a heart, like 13 months? Seriously? And counting. By not activating, he's actively hindering progress, compiling even greater amounts of carryover. And in the meantime, why do we need a trial when Sarah admitted the murder and had a videotape of it too? Well, she's going to go with the battered wife defense. She's going to say that she was abused and she had no choice but defend herself. But it doesn't really explain how he ended up in the suitcase. If she had, I don't know, maybe fought him back physically, maybe like stabbed him because she thought she was in danger or shot him or physically harmed him in some way like that. But like, I don't know how you would explain like how he ended up in the suitcase. You know, like maybe she's going to say that like he was beating on her and she overpowered him somehow and she was able to grab a suitcase, shove him in there and then zip him up. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see what her defense comes up with. There is a Shiro baby. He's sleeping. He's sleeping in probably the worst possible spot ever. It's right next to my computer and the hot air is just blowing at him. And I think it's just because he's scared of the fly. So he likes to hide there. Oh, my first corgi YouTube stream. I see you didn't eat the sandwich. No, I didn't eat the sandwich. But if you guys weren't here, I probably would have ate it with no thought. Just a little bit of context. I'm sorry, I'm just interrupting the content right now. Just a little bit of context. I didn't want to waste food. I had this egg sandwich that said to eat by it was like 2 days over the date. Okay. It was like eat by the 6th. And I was like, well, it's the 8th now. I'm pretty sure I can eat the egg sandwich. But I asked my chat, I was like, okay, well, I did on my drive from Vegas, I left it on the dashboard in the heat because I wanted the sandwich to warm up. I don't like eating cold things. My teeth are sensitive. And so I left it on the dashboard and I fell asleep and I left it there probably for like 6-7 hours. But when I came home, I put it in the refrigerator. It was there for 2 days. And then I was about to eat it because it was... I was hungry. I was so hungry. But then they were like, I told them it was like an egg sandwich thing. The ones like, they're like, does it have mayonnaise? I'm like, yeah, it has mayonnaise. But like my thing was like the egg. I wasn't sure if the egg would be good. They're like, oh no, if it has mayonnaise, don't eat the mayonnaise. Or, oh, you're going to get the bad food poisoning. It had like mayonnaise. It had, a slice of ham. It had like cucumbers in it, but like it was like the cutest little egg sandwich ever. It was from a Japanese bakery. They put it's very wasteful though. They put it in this like cute little like cardboard box that had this cute little yellow platted prints on there. And then like you open it and there's like plastic. Like they put a lot of care into the packaging. Okay. Waste, but it was really cute. They also took the time to cut off the edges. You know, there's no crust on there, cute little squares, and they laid them out and stuff like that. Well, I would have ate it if you guys weren't here, but my chat was like, everyone in my chat said, no, don't eat it. I was like, really? But yeah, they were like, yeah, you know, mayonnaise, like it's made with raw eggs sometimes. And like, I don't know, the mayonnaise is going to fuck you up. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to eat it, but I didn't eat it. Okay. Cause I also, when I've had food poisoning in the past before, it's always been really bad food poisoning. And food poisoning sucks, man. It's like you're like shaking and it's like coming out both ends. And like I'm also home by myself right now. I don't have anyone to take care of me. It'd be pretty tough, man. But okay, we're back to Sarah Boone. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, I did not eat the egg sandwich, and we're here and we're feeling good. I actually thought some people would say that, like, yeah, just eat it, you'll be fine. I, as Mr. Bankowitz's client, cannot communicate with him via phone due to him still not activating one of two numbers he's given that do not work. And it keeps giving me different reasons why each time I ask, and I keep trying. This has been ongoing for 13 months and counting. By not activating, he's actively hindering progress, compiling even greater amounts of carryover, and in the meantime, information for review when and if we do eventually meet in person. Last time to date was 77 days. Prior to that, 98 days and 147 days prior to that date. Oh man, are there any public defenders out there? I'm just so curious because I know that they probably have like a lot of like load going on, you know, don't have time to meet with clients, but like, I don't know, man. That's a lot of days of not meeting. With the aforementioned being said, Judge Wayne C. Wooden, would you please be gracious enough to communicate with Mr. Bankowitz to supply the requested simple information my investigator needs, considering the number of days/weeks in between our meetings with him? Wait, hold on a second. She has money to hire an investigator, but here she is with a public defender and like the taxpayers are paying for all her stuff right now. But she got money for investigator. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, God. The investigators need, considering the number of days, weeks in between our meetings with him, and we can be working in the meantime until he is able to visit with me. His client of over a year now, adding to the soon of 4 years. I've already been here already. Please see previous letter regarding all 6 of my attorneys. Trust me, the judge knows, Sarah. Trust me, the judge knows. My innumerable attempts have been completely unsuccessful in any form of communication with Mr. Bankowitz via phone, letters, email, voicemails, attempted by an outside source. I just wonder, are they not talking when they're meeting up for these pretrial hearings? Does she not have a chance to talk to the lawyer whatsoever at all? Is it one of those things where it's like she's brought in and, I mean, I saw them talking a little bit at the very beginning, but maybe the lawyer just like dips out like right afterwards and doesn't stay behind to like talk to her and stuff like that. Oh, you finished Remnant? Nice job. Public defenders are usually very mean people. Real? I had a public defender once when I was a teenager. She was really nice. Yeah, she was super cool. Sepsis is a bad trip. Oh, yeah. I've never had food poisoning. I don't know why on YouTube, they should be smart enough to distinguish that those are emotes. Because when you press them together and you hit the enter key, it like lumps it all together into like a string of text. But maybe they're not there yet. I don't know. On Twitch, you can like spam the emotes like that and it'll still be able to like show the emotes, even though the letters like mushed together. What else can I do, Your Honor? It seems my only hope for a court date, which I am included in, where my attorney's attendance is mandatory, and I can vie for his attention during the minutes beforehand while in the courtroom. I'm sure all the allowed live cameras could provide footage of me doing so every time. I don't want to waste any more time, and catch up in the courtroom is unfair and ridiculous. When can we have a real meeting? Please enable progress, Judge Wayne C. Wooden, not hinder. Justice system means we have to work together. I've got a whole world incorrectly against me already. I just want to say that the fact that like the whole world is incorrectly against her, it's not because it's from other people's words. It's not like the words of like George's family that's like, you know, talking crap about her. And it's everything that we're judging her on is based off the things that she said that came out of her own goddamn mouth. It was in the 911 calls. It was in the body cam footage. It was interrogation video. And it was on the phone recording that she recorded herself when her boyfriend was suffocating the suitcase. Everything was from her. Now, if it was mostly like hearsay shit, or if it was like, you know, like gossip shit, it was like, you know, a word of someone, and like they were telling us what happened with the case and it wasn't from her directly, that's a different story. But this all came from her. This is all from your mouth, Sarah. As stated by my investigator, we are at a loss without communication in any form with Mr. Bankowitz. Thank you for your invaluable time. I am grateful for your ethical awareness, fairness, understanding, and perspective. Activate the inactivity, please. Again, thank you. Oh, man. I wonder if Sarah Boone writes Yelp reviews. Anyone find a Sarah Boone Yelp review account? Oh, my gosh. Actively seeking success in anything, Sarah Boone. Sarah, I received your letter. I've made multiple attempts to contact your attorney, Mr. Bankowitz, since our meeting, but unfortunately, I have been unsuccessful. Oh, this is for her investigator. I am not sure what is causing the issue. Wait, hold on a second. Billy Lane, chief investigator. Their company name is Prison Break Investigations. Oh, what an interesting company name. Oh, Sarah thinks she's going to get out. All right, we'll see. Okay, so Investigator has tried to contact Frank Bankowitz. Damn, Frank. What's going on, Frank? Damn, you busy, Frank? But has been unsuccessful. I'm not sure what is causing the issue. Well, Billy, you're going to have to just show up at the office. I don't know. You might have to physically show up at the office and be like, yo, what's going on? On May 22nd, 2023, I sent him an email requesting him to contact the jail so I can have access to visit you and proceed with the mitigation process in person. Additionally, I sent 2 texts. Wait, hold on a second. The investigator. Did she hire this investigator or did they hire the investigator? I remember seeing, I think I remember seeing this Prison Break Investigations. I think they hired the investigator. The defense did, not just like Sarah did it privately on her own. I think the state is paying for this. I sent him an email requesting him to contact the jail so that I can have access to visit you and proceed with the mitigation process in person. Additionally, I sent 2 text messages to his phone on June 1, 2023 and again on June 6, but received no response. Go there in person. Show up in person. Without a letter from the attorney sent to the jail, I'm unable to visit you in person. I'm at a loss until I can reestablish contact with Mr. Bankowitz. If you can wish, you can write to me and I will send a letter as soon as I'm able to get in touch with him again. Damn. I don't know. This sounds like a whole mess. As much as I want to sit here and roll my eyes and laugh at Sarah Boone, yeah, I don't know. Now we have another person that's confirming that they're also unable to get in touch with Frank Bankowitz. Yeah, I don't know. Not looking good. Not looking good.